So today we start on Operation Kill Bill. Let's kill the utility bill by adding another 2 kilowatts of solar strings to the back of the garage. Let's get started. We're about to prep the wood to cut into French cleats so that I can paint them, prep them, and then hang the panels on the French cleats on the back of the garage. Okay, so I'm just about to cut the first board in half, 45-degree angle, so I can make French cleats.
Do you want me to go and hold the other end? Something's popped.
Yeah. But it hasn't finished cutting. We'll just have to leave it to cool down. Okay, let's see. One set cut, another set to go. Morning. On to the next phase of Operation Kill Bill. We need to prune the tree behind me, which is a mulberry tree, get it away from the wall, and get ready to paint the wall in preparation for hanging the solar panels on the wall with French cleats. Got to get it painted within the next 2 days because we've got rain coming. Let the pruning commence. No scientific method at the moment, we just getting them away from the wall and the path so we can get the scaffolding up. We'll sort the proper pruning out afterwards. Okay. I have to figure out how this thing bloody works. Oh, you're kidding me. What the fuck is this?
And that pole will go this way.
Is that as high as it goes?
Well, you've got to buy the rungs to go on. Oh, doesn't this come off to go on there? That's what must happen. It's only for packaging purposes.
Huh.
Here's the instructions.
Yeah. But it's not as high as I thought it was. What about not saying anything to health and safety? Let me just get all my shit together. Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
I'll have to use the...
What are you doing?
We're masking up so we can spray the wall. When it sticks. This is the most preparation we've ever done before painting. It's a pain in the arse, but it'll save us hours hours of cleanup, I'm hoping. I don't think we need more water. So finally, it was time for me to get out a new toy and have a shot. I decided what I'd do is use the hand sprayer for doing the edges, figuring that would give me more control over where the spray went. However, because the scaffolding fell short of expectations, excuse the pun, we had to go old school, and I had to climb the ladder numerous times to get the top edging done. Up and down, move it. Next section I could only do about a meter at a time. Finally got that finished after what must have been, I don't know, 10 trips up and down the ladder. That's probably what did my knee in. I got the top done and all the edging was done. Finally, it was time to bring out the big gun and find out what this paint sprayer was actually made of. To be fair, I'm actually quite impressed with it. It works pretty well, doesn't get jammed or blocked too much, and it goes on fairly evenly. I gave it quite a thick coat, but all in all, very impressed. Very easy to clean once you've finished. It's got a self-clean operation, and as it turns out, I needn't have bothered going to all the bother of going old school using the ladder and the hand spray gun, because the big gun was long enough to reach up into the corner between the wall and the cankies on the top for the overhang. So I could have saved myself a bunch of time if I'd just done everything with the big sort of spray lance that I'm using here. Okay, back onto French cleats for solar panels today. I need to clear the mess up in the shed and get these French cleats prepped, ready for painting and attaching to the solar panels. So these are the French cleats that are going to go on the back of the panel. 45-degree angle. It'll sit on the French cleat mounted on the wall. I picked up all the mounting hardware, so there's nothing to stop me getting this job done. Now I have no excuses. As you can see, the panels that I'm using in the string are slightly different sizes, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. I'm just trying to work out where to mount the French cleats on the panels to make sure that they all stay level at the top at least. So here I'm just taking off the sharp edges where I've cut the French cleats. Makes it easier for sanding and painting, as well as prevents you from getting nasty splinters. I've had a few, Mandy's had a few, so rather safe than sorry. They are a nightmare to get out, especially when you can't see what you're doing anymore. So after a bit of messing around, confirming the spacing for the holes to be countersunk and for the bolts to fit on, I think I've got it sorted for the silver panels. Let's go and check. That one goes in there. And this one, there we go. So that's the first template made. I'll now use that piece of wood to drill and countersink the other French cleats for the other panels. So I'm just trying to get the center of the drill in the mark I made when I drilled through the template. Both sides. A countersink for the nuts, the bolts, so they don't catch on the other French cleat as they slide on. Just use the Forstner bit to drill a hole slightly bigger than the washer and the nut, so I can get a socket in to hold him tight when I tighten that nut. There you go. What's the problem, Belle? So I'm just taking the template that I've drilled and confirmed it fits in the holes on the panel, and I'm transferring those marks onto the next pieces of wood so that hopefully they'll all fit without too much trouble. So I'll just do. Hey man! And that gives me the mark I need on the next piece of wood over here and over here, so I know where to drill the countersink. Do the other side. You ready? Here we go. After I finished drilling all of the French cleats for the panels, all I had left to do was give them a quick sand, getting ready for Mandy to paint them up for me while I carried on finishing off the preparation of the French cleats that were going to be hung on the wall. Okay, so I've just drilled the countersink holes for the wall fixings that I have to go through the panel. I've got 5 fixings per 4 meter length, should be fine. First one done, 3 more to go. What you want, Frankie? Eh? Better loving. Is that what you need? There you go. Yes. French cleats for the walls, all prepped ready for paint. They've been drilled and countersunk and sanded. Now I just got to give these French cleats for the panels final sand, and they'll be ready for painting as well. 16 of them. Mandy's painting the ones that are going on the wall. We've got the ones for the panels in the shed, we'll get them painted. Needs at least 2 coats before we can start putting up on the wall. Now painting the French cleats for the solar panels. Panel cleats first coat painted and sanded, ready for the second coat tonight. I want to put these things up tomorrow. Wall cleats painted and sanded, ready for a second coat. At last, after what seemed like weeks, we were finally in a position to start mounting the French cleats on the back of the garage. I had previously marked out the levels, so it was just a matter of getting the French cleats roughly lined up level and in the center of the wall, and then I would drill a hole through the middle to mark where the first anchor would hold the French cleat in position. So after marking and drilling the hole for the center anchor, I knocked in the plastic plug and proceeded to tighten it all up. This would then allow Mandy to climb down off the ladder back to safety of terra firma. Once the center fixing was in place and holding the wood, I was able to then maneuver the wood, get it level, roughly level anyway, and then move the ladder across to each end and mark and drill the holes and knock the anchors in, thus securing it and making sure that it was 100% level. So that's the first cleat mounted on the wall. Another 3 to go, but I want to get this string of panels hung so I can confirm exactly where to mount the bottom cleat so it's supporting on both properly. What's going on, babe? You get it? Eh? Really?
Yeah.
You got a washer underneath and then a nut.
No, I got the washer in here.
And then a washer underneath and then the nut.
Oh, 2 washers.
Yeah.
Oh, you should specify them.
I did. You just didn't listen again.
I gave you these. You said don't use those.
Oh, how big are those washers? That's why you got it done easily. Now I'm going to laugh. No, man. The washer's got to go on the other side, not on the wood like that.
There's washer in there.
Yes, and then put the bolt through the metal, then a washer, then a nut on the other side.
Over there.
Yeah.
You need to be specific.
So after Mandy's help with fixing the cleats onto the solar panels, it was time to make sure that everything lined up so that when we hung them on the wall, they were all level and correctly mating with the wall cleat. Final tightening up of the last panel, and then it's on to the next stage where we start hanging them on the wall and hoping they don't fall off, and my idea is a complete crap show. That's not bad. Even if I say so myself. You're a big baby. You're such a baby. Would you rather come over here? Is that it? Fuck. Almost wish I had a pencil in my hand.
You're kidding. Can you hold it like that?
Yeah.
Go get one.
Yeah, I got it. So after Mandy got back with a pencil, thank you Mandy, I proceeded to mark the bottom of the French cleat so I knew what the level it needed to be at when I screwed it into the wall. Got Mandy to mark the level on her end, and then she passed me the pencil back so I could mark the hole for the center fixing. Now it was time to take all the panels down again so that I had room to work when I was marking and drilling the lower French cleat. Alright, so we're going to end the video off here. The first two French cleats are mounted on the wall. The first four panels have got their French cleats ready to go up on the wall. I need to put up the other two French cleats for the other string. I was going to do this first string and get it all hooked up, but I don't have enough cable. So that's going to have to wait until the next episode where we do the final installation and commissioning. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay safe out there.